Assalamu alaikum, hello and welcome. Today, Success Blueprint presents You Are Born to Succeed. Who are you? Have you ever asked yourself? Your self-image, cause and effect is absolute and undeviating in the hidden realm of thought as in the world of visible and material things. Mind is the master weaver, both of the interior garment of character and the outer garment of circumstance. James Allen. Nothing splendid has ever been achieved except by those who dared believe that something inside them was superior to circumstance. Bruce Barton. If you don't like the results you are getting right now in your work, relationship, or health, you have to change something in you, because the results you are getting is from you, not anywhere else. Understanding the psychology of self can mean the difference between success and failure. The discovery of the real self can save you a lot of wandering many years in the wilderness. Let me put it differently. Discovering your real self means the difference between freedom and compulsion of conformity. You and everyone's secret blueprint is to know your real self by discovering your self-image. Self-image is the picture of ourselves we carry around without our realization. Sometimes this self-image is clear in our minds of who we think we are. It is important to note that our self-image has been built from our own beliefs about ourselves. Most of these beliefs about ourselves have been from our past experiences, our successes and failures, our disappointments, and the way other people have reacted to us. Once an idea goes into the self-image, it becomes truth regardless of whether the idea is valid or false. The self-image dictates to us to believe the idea without question, and so we oblige. This is how the self-image controls what you do or cannot do or accomplish, what is difficult or easy for you, and how others respond to you, just as the TV remote operates the television. Numerous experiments have shown that once the concept of self is changed, other things consistent with the new concept of self are accomplished easily and without strain. To live and to find a life reasonably satisfying, you must have an adequate and realistic self-image that you can live with. You must find yourself acceptable to you. You must have a wholesome self-esteem. You must have a self you can trust and believe in. You must have a self you are not ashamed to be. If you are not that self now, know this from today, that a man can change himself, improve himself, recreate himself, control his environment, and master his own destiny is the conclusion of every mind which is wide scale to the power of right thought in constructive action. Larsen. Creative mechanism, or the subconscious mind. This is another part of this session that we need to understand the way we have understood the meaning of self-image. Let us introduce the creative mechanism, which is also referred to subconscious mind. The subconscious mind works automatically and impersonally to achieve goals of success and happiness, or goals of failure and unhappiness. If you present success goals, the subconscious mind will function as a success mechanism. If, however, you present it with failure goals, it will function as a failure mechanism. The goals conveyed through this mechanism is filtered through the self-image, and if they are inconsistent with the self-image, the goals are rejected or modified. The challenge here is to end the conflict between the self-image and the subconscious mind, or the creative mechanism. Some of the ways of overcoming this conflict involves learning, practicing, and experiencing new habits of thinking, imagining, and remembering and acting in order to develop an adequate and realistic self-image, and also use your creative mechanism to bring success and happiness in achieving particular goals. These methods consist of creative imagination, acting as if, and goal card. If one advances confidently in the direction of his dreams and endeavors to live the life which he has imagined, he will meet with a success unexpected in common hours. This was said by Henry David Thoreau. Once you alter and correct your image, we will discuss how we will successfully change. You will be surprised how easy it is to make money, improve your relationships, and have a healthy and happy life. This is the paintbrush you will need to get your best image. I do what I will to do. You start it there. I will what I will to do. That is the starting point. You will use this to influence your subconscious and creative mechanism to give you a more appealing and real self-image. You will notice instant change in your feelings as you realize the power you have to do what you will. However, you will see the result in the change in you after a couple of weeks. Note: there is season for planting and there is season for reaping. You cannot plant and reap the same season. You are born to succeed, not to fail. You have the ability and the power to do whatever you need to do to be happy and successful. This is an example of the training you need for your conscious mind. I do what I will to do. I do what I will to do. You repeat that every time in the morning for 3 consecutive weeks. Now, at this point, you need to have an image from other sources which you can relate to in every aspect of the life you want to have. Remember, if either of us was building a home for ourselves, how carefully we will be in regard to the plan and the material we use to build the house. Yet, how careless we are when it comes to building our mental home, which is more important than any physical home. We should be careful not to allow poor quality materials to construct our mental abilities. This is the exercise you need to train your conscious mind to filter and absorb correct facts to drastically improve your self-image. Whatever the mind of man can conceive and believe, it can achieve. Napoleon Hill.